So, the president ordered the arrest of Pastor Ceausescu. And that order to arrest Pastor Ceausescu is what DJ Afro would say, makosa. Because that's how he lost his presidency. So, the year is 1989. Credit to Mkurugenzi. The country is Romania. The president at that particular time is Nicolae Ceausescu. And he just ordered the arrest of Pastor Ceausescu. It is December 15, 1989. My friend, before I even tell you what happened from that December 15 to the end of his reign, let me just tell you who are these two people. Let's start with President Nicolae Ceausescu. President Ceausescu was so obsessed with affordable housing, such that he could demolish villages so that he can build affordable housing. He could just demolish them and he could push it to people. This is my program. You have to adopt it. Affordable housing. President Nicolae Ceausescu was so obsessed with foreign debt, kulipa madeni, so obsessed that he taxed everybody in that country. So everything was being exported, even food. The people started starving. He taxed them up to almost 100% because he wanted to pay the international debt. President Nicolae Ceausescu was so obsessed with construction such that he built a parliamentary palace. You know, just like the way we have State House here, renovation and everything else. He built such a big building with over 1,000 rooms. And that building, if you Google, please Google, is the second biggest parliamentary palace in the world. And at this particular time, the people are saying, no, we are dying. We have no food. But he could hear none of it. So if he hated your communities, he would come and move you from there so that you disintegrate. And he used to come with that, I want to build houses, I want to put structures here. President Nicolae Ceausescu had a secret police agency that he used once he wanted to execute a particular program. That is abduction, that is imprisonment. Everybody feared President Nicolae Ceausescu. President Nicolae Ceausescu had 700,000 spies, what we call here NIS. He had 700,000 people. You could be jailed just by telling a joke. You know, I'm not making these things up, you know, because it happened in 1989, but you can relate. So people were afraid. Nobody could speak about anything in that country. There was a lot of abduction. There was imprisonment. There was death. There was shoot to kill orders and all that in 1989. Now, before I tell you from 15th of December 1989, let me tell you who is Ceausescu, Pastor Ceausescu. Now, Pastor Ceausescu was one of the fiercest critics of President Nicolae. So he could tell the president, you are not doing right. Stop doing this to the people. Stop abduction. Stop killing. Stop overtaxation. Stop this affordable housing. Stop all these things. So, Pastor was like a pain in the of Nicolae Ceausescu. So on December 15th, President Nicolae ordered the arrest of Pastor Ceausescu. Did I say makosa? So when his secret agency went to arrest the pastor, the people, the congregants, surrounded the home of the pastor. There were a few hundreds of them. Now let's start the countdown from 15th. The people started congregating around. and the small police squad was chased away by the people. So when they left, remember, this is not in the capital of Romania. This is in some of the counties, Timisoara, I think. So many people started coming to rescue the pastor. So on December 16th, now we have gone to the second day, the president ordered shoot to kill to anyone who is obstructing the police from arresting. And so the police went there with their everything, and they shot about 100 people. But people refused to move. So when 100 people were shot dead, now the protest became a national thing. It stopped becoming a pastor issue. It became a president issue. And so they started chanting, "Freedom down with Ceausescu. Freedom down with Ceausescu." And now it started getting everywhere in the country. On 17th, they formed, I forget the name, something Democratic Front for Romania. They formed that movement within a day. And the whole country, remember, it is 1989, there is no internet. Internet was invented in 1987. So internet is not there. So it is all about traditional way of people getting information. So the whole country was so angry on what happened. And they started now pushing around. People have been killed. At this particular time, the president was in Iran on 18th. And he came back on 18th of December from Iran. And I'm not making these things up. He called a press conference from his state house. And he said, "I know those who are trying to do what they're doing in this country. And I tell you, they're trying to overthrow me. And I'm telling you, my people, I'm going to deal with them. I'm going to crush them. And I will deal with..." You're familiar with that story. And then, that is 18th. As if that was not enough, he wanted to show the whole country, "I got people. I have people." So on 19th of December, 1989, he called a massive rally in Bucharest, which is the capital of Romania, to show the world, or to show the country, that nyinyi hamuna watu. So everybody, just like it happens sometimes here, people get paid to move, or people get paid to attend. And everybody attended. Hundreds of thousands attended. And he gave them the speech. And you know, he loved being cheered. What do you call it? Stamp-chested. I don't know how to say that. I think I'm confusing. Yeah, thumb-chesting. That one, I think that one. So, what happened is that he addressed the people. People are cheering him, but not with the gusto they always have. And then he finished talking to the people. And he said, "I am saying enough is enough. Those who are trying to overthrow my government, I'm gonna deal with them from tomorrow. Enough is enough." And he left the rally. But makosa, the people did not leave the square. They are Hurpak, they never left. They started chanting, "Freedom down with Nicolae Ceausescu." Now we are on 20th, because they kept vigil at night. Now we are on 20th of December 1989. People started shouting, "They are not leaving." So what the president did, President Nicolae, he called his general from the army and he gave the order, "Shoot to kill." And so the general was ready. He put all the tankers and all the army surrounding hundreds of thousands of people at that square in Bucharest. They were surrounded and they were ready, aiming at everyone. But the general made the call and said, do not shoot anyone. And if anyone has to die, it's gonna be me. He took the gun and he shot himself. The general, he shot himself. And that changed everything, because now the army joined the people. And everybody started shouting, freedom, down with Ceausescu. At that particular time, now we are on 21st. Every country, every part of the country is mayhem. People are demonstrating. Now they are looking for the president himself. I'm not making these things up. I'm not. It's history. Google, read, understand. But the protest went all over the country. The president realized that people are marching to his committee building. He used to live in a building called Committee Building. He took a chopper together with his wife, and they ran from the committee building while the people were coming. But remember, choppers don't go for too long, an hour or two. He was still in his country where he landed. And so, the moment he landed on 24th of December 1989, he was arrested by the military. And immediately, the next day, which on 25, within a day, you see the way here probably you see people arrested today, they're taken somewhere, you see a gazette notice within an immediate time. It happened in Bucharest, in Romania. He was arrested. Within that day, on 25th day of Christmas, he was tried. He was charged of genocide, killing, abductions, stealing, corruption, everything in between. And he was convicted and he was sentenced to death. President Ceausescu. On 25th day of Christmas 1989, he was executed in public when everybody was watching their president being shot dead because the court said he should be executed. And that's not enough. Together with his wife. That's a story. And it is true. Read your history, because that is what we read in schools. My name is Karungo Wathangwa.
And don't buy into the political rhetoric of trying to divide you into tribes.
Yes.
Our problems are not tribal. There is no Kikuyu problem, there is no Kalenjin problem, there is no Luo problem, there is no Somali problem. There is no Kamba problem.
Yes.
Chief share knows no tribe. The university funding model knows no tribe.
Yeah.
Joblessness knows no tribe. All these problems that we point out, they do not know any tribe. So you count 9th of August 22, to 8th of August 2023. That is 1 year. So that when we are starting 9th of August 23, we have now moved to the next year. So year 1 is 9th of August 22, ends on 8th of August 23. That's year 1.
Okay.
Year 2 is 9th of August 23 to 8th of August 24. Year 3 is 9th of August 24 to 8th of August 25. Year 4 is 9th of August 25 to 8th of August 26. Then the most important is year 5, running from 9th of August 2026, ending on the 8th of August 2027. Write that one down. Year 5 runs from 9th of August 2026, and it ends on the 8th of August 2027. You are told in Article 136 2A to find the second Tuesday in August inside the 5th year and conduct your elections. Can only be in 2026. If it had said after 5 years, we will have done it in 2027. If it had said every 5 years, it will have been in 2027. But it said inside the 5th year, 9th of August 26 to 8th of August 27. Find the second Tuesday in August.
Does the president know mempangia hivi? Yo, so basically elections in 2026.
2026. But legacy politicians have been lying to Kenyans. And our people are suffering for lack of knowledge.
So si tulikuwa nangoja kufanya election 2027.
I am now struggling with a nation that seems to think and forget that a president is entitled to a 5-year term. He's not. How are we going to achieve this? We'll achieve this purely by saying, adherence to the Constitution, go and look at your Constitution, 2nd Tuesday of August in the 5th year, conduct your elections. Pure and simple. Are there any budgetary implications of this? Of course, we finance our elections management body every year. And we make provisions on the conduct of those elections. And so, the budgetary implications of it are not out of the ordinary. They are the usual financial commitments the Kenyan people make whenever they are supposed to donate their sovereign power to their democratically elected representatives. There are supporting cases in support of this. I'll say this. One thing Kenyans need to understand. The structure of our constitution adopted the American model. That is why you have a Supreme Court. You have a bicameral parliament. You have a pure presidential system. This model was moving away from the Westminster model, mixed member, which was a quasi-presidential and quasi-parliamentary system. We went purely presidential system. And if the American Constitution was at the background of our drafting, and we've adopted those structures, we equally adopted the 4-year term limits for elected offices. But for certainty, the Constitution of Kenya adopted that the elections are held on the 2nd Tuesday of August, in the 5th year, inside the 5th year. So you are guaranteed a 4-year term. Then on the 2nd Tuesday in August, we conduct elections in that 5th year.
Okay. All right.
Sasa hii leo tumpatie tu lakini.
Yes, let's.
And I find that the more crooked you are in the Kenyan political arena, the quicker you succeed. I don't know why. They don't, and I say the electors seem to want these tainted people. I don't know what's wrong with them. If they have a chance to choose somebody who's straight, who's on the surface of it looks reasonably straight, they're not interested. They want these ones that lie to them, these ones that cheat them, these ones that run. Provided he has bags of money to spread around, they're quite happy.
Hey CJ, what do you have to tell young people?
Young people, please make sure that you have registered. And when the registration of voters comes, let everyone register. Let everyone register. That is the most important thing I can tell you as of now. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Nyamisa, what do you think?
I agree with you. Make sure you have your ID and make sure you're registered as a voter.
Exactly.
Register as a voter, as CJ has said.
Thank you.
One term is real, one term is unstoppable, and no violence. We need peace, but one term is real. Hii hata Mungu ameweka sahihi. Hii kampuni ya profesa na dokta sio ni ikiwaka. Hata mtoe pesa ngapi, mshuke juu, mshuke chini, muende kando, muende katikati. Hii one term is real. Asi machezo.
Saizi nguvu imebaki ni ya maandamano peke yake, si ndio? Akitaka kwenda unamuitishia Uber chap. Hakuna kubembeleza punda kwa mteremuko. Mwambie
enyewe Ruto must go. Enyewe Ruto must go. By the way, Ruto must go. Enyewe Ruto must go. Wash fire, Ruto must go. Enyewe Ruto must go. By the way, Ruto must go.